Hello lovelies, good morning, good afternoon and good evening from wherever you're watching this video. Thank you so much for joining Lois coaching class once again. Sparing time to learn. It's not something that is very common, but I'm so grateful that you're always there every week waiting to learn. Today's lesson is very interesting, but before we get into it, I want to ask you a question. Last week I left you with two important assignments. One was to Google yourself. And if you did, what did you find? Was there anything that was worth looking at, worth reading, worth knowing about you? If you were looking for that job, if you were looking for that contract, if you're eyeing a promo at your workplace, the first thing they're going to do, or any person that wants your service, is going to Google you first. So today we are majorly going to concentrate on our virtual image. How do we make it absolutely successful? The second assignment I left you with last week was to know your blood group. Did anybody take the trouble to know their blood group? Was it an O? Was it a B+? Was it an A? Was it an AB? Name all of them. Did you care to find out? Because the only way you're going to keep your housing and physical image good and healthy and you feeling good is by taking good care of yourself through what you eat. So if you missed that class, please go and watch the video from last week about the ways in which we can make our images better, okay? The physical one and the internal one. This week, we are going to see how we can make our virtual image absolutely successful. First of all, we're going to get the assignment from last week, which is, are you Googlicious? How did you Google yourself? Did you, use the pet name you use on social media? Do you know where that is going to take you? Did you use the fake account name? Did you use the person you are on Twitter? Did you use the name that you use on Facebook? All those inconsistencies are going to cause us a lot of trouble. We have to love our identity. Recently, I got a friend request from a child that I know for so many years, but because she used a funny name, Twinkie Winky, not that, but I mean something like that, I think it was Pretty something, Pretty Chris, Pretty Kiss, Pretty something. And so she sent a message, hi Mommy Lloyd. I said, who's this one calling me Mama when their name is Pretty something? So I responded like, hello, but then I asked, what is your real name? And then she tells me her name and I said, Jesus Christ, I know her. So I asked, why don't you use the same name on Facebook? But I realized sometimes it's the time of their life, they're teenagers or, young adults and trying to adventure and figure out things. So yeah, you get it. But as a professional, you, the person I'm talking to right now, use your real name, Loy Kwagala. That is who you are. Whatever it is that you're giving us, we will take it. So, first thing about improving our virtual image. How do we communicate on social media? So, again, I'll use an example of myself because I know me. You receive a message from somebody on, let's say, Facebook Messenger, and they say hello. So, sometimes I see the message, but I'm really busy, and I say, I can't wait. Or I wait to see what next are they going to say. They say nothing, so I say, okay, hello, I need to respond. Later, when I have the time, I say hello back. And the next question is, where are you from? That is one set of people. There's another set of people, even on WhatsApp, sends a hello and waits for you to say hello back, even if it took you a year to do. I mean, a long time. And then when you say hello back, they say, how are you? Then they wait for the response, however long it takes you to respond, or short. And then they say, do you have some time? Now, I don't want to go through the whole conversation, but think about it. Why would we communicate like that virtually? Would you communicate like that if you were looking at somebody physically, if they were standing right in front of you? Like I'm looking at you right now? Would I come and say, hello, then I walk away? I stop the video, and then I come back. We start again. Good morning, then I go back. Would you do that? You can't do that. If I am able to give it to you all together here, that is how we communicate virtually. When you send somebody a message, say, hello, good morning, my name is Loy. If they do not know you, if you're contacting them for the first time, this is what I do and this is the purpose of this message. Please let me know when you have some time. Have a great day. We were taught like that. Do your salutation. Put an introduction. Put the body. And then conclude. And then bye and leave. Give it all together to someone at once. Don't give one line, hello, then you go away. Then you come back. I wanted to talk to you. Then you go and then come back. Would you do that if you met somebody on the street or in their office? Would you go say hello, then walk away, come back and say another thing and then walk away? No. So when you meet people virtually or talk to people virtually, communicate to people virtually, say it all at once. It's easier for this person to process all your communication at once and give you appropriate feedback. It even makes it urgent and important. When you send a hi message, I have so many people that say hi to me. What makes yours super? Then add whatever reason it is you're saying hi for. If you're just saying hi to check on me, then go ahead and say it. Maybe that will give you a little more importance. Please value time. Please, I beg. If you don't value your own time, don't waste other people's time. That is how we work. And if you're in this to win, you're not going to have time to waste. I called to check on you, thank you, but then what? You would have texted it. Do not. It's really, 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 I don't know what word to use so that I don't sound very, Today I am such a teacher. I am being very, very disciplinarian today. Just so we become better people. Do not ask somebody on the second line, where are you from? It's rude. Would you meet me face to face and say, hi, where are you from? No. Maybe ask their name, but still you can read. If you meet somebody on social media, these friend requests that you make as if you're crazy. Do some research. That's why I asked in the first place, are you Googlicious? Research about people before you ask them to be your friend. Even if you met your hero on social media. Do not ask useless questions, meaningless questions. Research about these people. Honestly, Facebook has biodata. Twitter has the same. Instagram has the same. LinkedIn has the same. Even Google Gmail has the same. Whatever you subscribe to, there's a little bit about yourself. Why wouldn't you take the trouble to find out who Loy Kwagala is, where she comes from, what she does, before you send her a message to say, hello, where are you from? Really? I know that I'm not the only one on this side of this conversation. There's all of us, right? So we need to help everybody to be better. Do not have virtual conversations that you cannot have in reality. Care for everything you tell somebody. Remember that book is judged by the cover. And the cover you have is Facebook at the moment. Even if I do not see you virtually, I read through everything you're asking me and I wonder if you really have a seriousness in your life. I have a habit. When people send me friend requests and I don't know them in real life, I go ahead and look at their pages. What do they post? Content and pictures. Then I decide if you should join my friends list or not. If you're the kind who tags 100 people in something useless and stupid, I get to picture that one day I might be part of that tag. And I'm like, it's not something I want. So you become a follower, but you can't be on my friends list because the privileges are completely different. But why should you be that person who makes us sieve through everything? So let's communicate better. That will improve our virtual image. I know that we say there's a lot of rubbish on social media, but let me tell you, today, Facebook is for business. You have nothing to sell? You don't be there. Okay, be there for social reasons, but then be useful. That will help you to communicate better. So that is something I thought that I need to say first. Try to communicate virtually as well as you communicate physically. If you can't say it when you're looking at this person, don't make a fool of yourself when they can't see it. Number 2, are you stuck in your past, online? Your awards, all the congratulations you received 10 years ago, the memories from long ago, the achievements from long ago, are you stuck there? Do you just reminisce on those and say, oh wow, I was wonderful, oh I achieved this, oh that was great, oh that picture is lovely. Are you stuck there? Is there anything about your current life that is worth sharing? Do you have a future that you want us to know about? Is your bio a pile of laundry, that needs to be cleaned up? We need to care for our virtual images. I told you today, you are playing globally. And by the way, I'm talking to people in business. So if you're just laying around and having fun socializing, it's okay. You will use this in the future. If you are on Facebook selling something, if you're on Facebook selling knowledge or product or service, anything, even if it's your personal brand, your image itself, it's global. Facebook is not limited to Uganda, to East Africa, to Africa. It's a global thing. So if you are stuck in your past, we don't have time to dig unless we're looking for something bad. Then we will dig you up. But stay current. Always keep creating more memories, okay? And clean up that bio. Visit your auto bio, or rather your bio on social media every month. Go there. What doesn't qualify me today? What is irrelevant? Maybe there's a job you did for 1 year, but in the future you learned that staying on the job for 1 year doesn't give you credit in business, or unless you have a good reason for it. So you just take that off and put something a little more elevating. Update every time. The way you update your CV is the way you should be updating your bio. Live the things that make you shine, but also be honest. Don't lie to us. Because you're lying to yourself. You're going to be stuck with yourself for the rest of your life. You know that. And we won't be there. So if you're not telling the truth, you're stuck with your lies. We will move on with our lives. Whatever opportunity looked for the reality of who you are, but you lied about you, it was gone. It's gone. So update every month your bio on all your social media platforms, okay? Your LinkedIn, update it. If you're coming up with new ways of communicating, try to research on the best. Find out interesting ways of representing your biography. Google, research. In your field, how do engineers write their bios? You can even narrow it down to your field of expertise. Okay? But you do not want to be the last. Don't be stuck in the past. Thank you so much. Congratulations. It was amazing. How about now? What are you doing right now to make the better memories in the future? Facebook is going to be reminding you these things every time you posted them, yeah? So if you're stuck in the ones you did in the past, are you doing anything today that is going to give you another better past in the future? We also want to know where you're going. We don't want to follow people who are going nowhere. So if you're in these social media platforms, on them, share where you're going. Tell us about your upcoming seminar. Tell us about the new products you're creating. Tell us about the new service. If you're the kind who just likes to show us who you are and what you're all about on the outside, then post a nice picture every time. And let's know that you're still healthy, you are alive, you're breathing, you're still keeping up with your pretty self. But if it's a career, if it's a work, if it's something you know, share it. Update your knowledge every time. If you're sharing scriptures, then find a new one every time. Attach your knowledge to it. Give us your opinion about that particular verse. And then you're teaching. Otherwise, we are going to stay enjoying Jesus and crediting him, not you. So that is another thing, okay? The third thing that we need to care for are the typos. When we write that content, do we care for the detail? Just like you will not submit a proposal or a CV or a cover letter that has typos. You're very careful. You proofread and proofread and proofread. How much more the text that you share on social media? The shorthand that we use. By the way, BTW, are we using that out there for everybody to see that we are unable or we're too lazy to write full sentences and full words? Are we using slang, calling everybody guys? Imagine if I stood here every week and called you guys. How would that make you feel? I'm not sure I have a 90-year-old watching me every week, a child watching me every week, a young man watching me every week, a young lady watching me every week, a mother, a father. Everybody is watching. And then I stand there and say, hi guys. If that is my target market, then I will go ahead and hi guys you. But why still? It doesn't give me credit. It's disrespectful. Perhaps if I were used to you and we had a rapport kind of relationship, I knew I'm talking to this particular person, then we'll do that. But it's also not in my language. So use language that you know will leave you in your place. Use a language that is worth the audience you're targeting, people you're talking to. Remember, even if it's written communication, we still read it with tone. We still read it with volume. We still read it with emotion. We still read it with attitude. We still read it with conscience. Just like we would have listened using the same attributes. So be very, very cautious. Do not use colloquial language. Use proper English. 10 years down the road, 5 years down the road, even 2 years down the road, you're going to look at those posts and you say, oh my goodness, what was I thinking? When you have become a better version of yourself. So why not start to practice the reality, the truth of what's going to sell? Find language that suits you in your category. Find language that suits you in your area of expertise. Find language that gives you credit as a person, that will not leave your image naked, but will keep clothing you with dignity and glory, and that's how you're going to attract the right person to buy from you, okay? As we care for content, we need to care for pictures. So this one time happened to me. A couple of weeks ago, I posted a picture on Instagram. So a friend of mine, I will not mention her name, she sends me a message there and then rather comments on the picture and says, darling, what's wrong with your hand? So I look at, first of all, the whole picture, right? It was a picture I took when I'm sitting. So I look at the whole picture. When I look at the whole picture, I started head, I looked. Chest, I looked. One hand, I looked. The other hand, I looked. And keenly looking at the other hand, because it was like this. According to the angle of the picture, the spurt of my hand looked swollen. Because I was sitting and my hand was like that. So this part, this muscle right here looked swollen in the picture. So my hand looked bent, like broken. It was a slight bend. She recognized it. But I had already put it up there. And so I responded to her and she asked, are you okay? And I said, yes, darling, I'm fine. Thank you for the recognition. I didn't pull down the picture though, but I learned to listen. I have always been very, very careful. That time round, I looked at it and I was like, it's minor. Little did I know that somebody else is going to see it. Have that same conscience when you post your pictures. Look for every little nitty-gritty detail because somebody has a keener eye. They pay more attention to detail and you never know who that person is or will be. Care for the photos you post. If your bra did not sit right on your chest and your boob, however pretty your face looks, please don't. At least crop that picture or take a better one. If you're sitting in a certain way and your body is flattered in a certain way, not nice, please don't. If you're sitting badly in a way that is, inviting falsely, don't post the picture. Unless that is the message you want to convey. Then, please go ahead. Another thing that we need to care for. Are you authentic virtually? Are you yourself? Being authentic virtually is, first of all, do you write something that comes from your mind? Or you keep sharing other people's stuff? You know, I go through people's walls before I accept friend requests, like I said earlier. And it's so amazing that you can't find anything they post from themselves. They are sharing posts from all over the place. Sometimes it is the trending news in their country or wherever they are. So you do that to get attention? It's cheap. When are you able to use your own brain to think? For the years you have spent to qualify to be on Facebook or wherever, really? You have nothing to share? Even if it's a good morning, but authentic from you, out of your own brain, out of your own life and experiences, you have nothing? So why does it benefit you to get all the attention from another person's knowledge? And most of the time it's even false news or fake news or complete rubbish. Doesn't give you credit at all. Today I'm very, very passionate about this subject because our images virtually cause us in real life. You don't want to not be admired virtually before people ever meet you physically. I was having a conversation with a young lady, and she had shared her story. I accepted a friend request a few weeks ago, so she shared her story, and I kept looking at her posts. You know, when you become friends, so they would, on your page, you get to see other people's posts in the news feeds. So I see her picture in her story, and she looked really beautiful. She's beautiful. So I just leave her a message, and I say, T, you're so beautiful. We do not know each other. I don't know you. Maybe you know me. But I just wanted you to know that you are beautiful. And she sends me back a message. She said, yeah, I don't know you too. But my friend commented on your post, and I liked it too. You're so positive. You're full of positive vibes. I love people like that. So I sent you a friend request. What's the testimony after somebody visits your wall? What is it? Will they still want to know you? Okay, for the right reasons, let me add that. I don't want to be inboxed for looking pretty. No. I want to be inboxed for what I have said that has changed your life. Because let me tell you the truth. You're not going to tell me today at this time in my life that I'm pretty and I didn't know. I have grown up with me. I know. It is good to compliment. Like I told T that she's beautiful. But I had another reason. That was a gate pass for me. And it was a picture I was commenting on. So you need to have a wall or a post that is attractive for the right reasons. Please. Don't share politics when you have no idea what is happening. Just because you also want to show, I know what is happening. This is what is trending. La la la. You'd rather give your opinion about what is trending than actually sharing another person's post. Another mistake that we make is quoting. When you quote someone else, give your opinion about the quote. Otherwise, we are going to keep crediting Nelson Mandela. We are going to keep crediting Abraham Lincoln. We are going to keep crediting Miles Monroe. We are going to keep crediting Joyce Meyer. All those people you keep quoting. When you put their quote up there, tell us what you think. Give us a lesson from it. That gives you credit. It makes us understand, wow, you're not just sharing it because it was convenient, but you took the time to read it, you understand it, and it's also working for you as a person. So let your posts not be copies and pastes. No. That can be once in a while, but have yourself in there somehow. How are we going to follow you when we don't know you? How are we going to believe what you say when we don't know you? Everything you say gives us a little bit about you. Use your real name. If you're embarrassed, go back to your parents and plead with them to give you a better name. Because that's your identity. If you're on social media to play, that's fine. This message is not for you. But if you're there for business, to be somebody, looking for real customers, selling a real product or service, you need to put your virtual image together. Consult and get help. Let there be a synchronization between all your social media. Today you post on Twitter, it will send it to Facebook, will send it to Insta. But if everything is jumbled, now the opposite of that is also true. A person that is not sharing other people's posts and posting their own posts, let's ask a question. Are you full of yourself? Is everything you post about you? We follow God because there is something in there for us, isn't it? There's a promise. You're going to be well. I'll make sure you're healthy. I'll provide all your needs according to my riches in glory. By my stripes you're healed, you know. I love you with an everlasting love. There is eternal life. I will be back soon. You are my children. That is what it is in it for us. Even if we woke up one day and God said, oh, I told you all those things for myself. It's okay. We followed him willingly and we accepted and believed everything he said. When there is nothing in that post for somebody else, it becomes a selfish post. It's natural for humans to be selfish, but do we appreciate selfishness? No, we don't. Post something that is inclusive. Let me read it and relate. Let me read it and be welcomed and feel a part of it. Either you teach me something or you challenge me to be better, to think, or you give me a different perspective to that particular thing, dimension. Give me a reason to think hard about that particular subject you're talking about. That will help you to also be accountable. There is no way you're going to wake up and share rubbish on your wall or post nonsense when you know that you have people that are actually waiting to learn from you. There is no way. My plea this week is for us to work on our virtual images. They have to be absolutely successful. First of all, when you finish to Google yourself, you need to use the incognito way of searching, okay? That's the only way you're going to get the realistic results about you. So use that. You need to care for how you communicate. Communicate virtually as though you are seeing this person physically. Say everything you have to say at that opportunity when you say hello. Don't wait for day 2. The moment you have the hello, say everything else there and then. State your purpose for getting in touch. That whole business of familiarizing yourself with people, don't. Even if you've known someone for 10 years, keep yourself in that place of professionalism. Don't take your friendships lightly. That's how you're going to lose your friends. Still treat people with dignity and respect, and in return you're giving it to yourself, and you're trying to tell them that that's what you're made of. The other thing that we need to do is to care for the posts we post. Typos, language, it's very, very important, including the detail to the pictures. Okay? Another important aspect is, do you just copy and paste everything? Are you authentic? Is it you speaking or somebody else is speaking? So, this week, that's important assignment. I also said that we need to update our bios at least every month. Visit. Do not pile up a list of laundry that you have to revisit one day and it's too much for you to get cleaned up. Don't. Consult, consult, consult. So get in touch, consult, seek advice on how you can improve your virtual image. Send a message on Facebook, send a message, even Instagram has messages. Wherever, just find Loy Loy Kwagala, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn. Send a message. Loy's Coaching Class page on Facebook is the place where learning happens consistently. So please DM me. Let me help you get this together. If you cannot, then consult with any other person. Google, But make sure you put your art virtually together. The absolute success virtual image is very, very important, and today it's what complements the absolute success physical image. So until next week, my name is Loy. Thank you so much for staying here. Don't forget to comment, to like, and to subscribe to this channel. And I will be able to get to know you better, and you will know me better. Cheers and bye.